Hey guys, so I did the top 10 for NES and Super Nintendo, and I figured why not do Game Boy as well. When I started going through the games though, it was kind of a struggle because there's a lot of bad title themes on the Game Boy. There's a lot of really good hidden gems as well, so it took a lot of games and a lot of patience to go through these, but these are my top 10 Game Boy game theme songs. And again, just a couple quick ground rules. You can't press a button to get to the song. It has to be just, you turn it on and that's the song. It has to have come out in America because those are the games that I'm familiar with. And number 3, it can't be from a movie or a TV show because that's not really that original. So, with that in mind, let's get to my list. And we're going to start off this list with number 10, Solomon's Club. This game was a quasi-sequel to the NES game Solomon's Key, and it's one of my personal favorite Game Boy games. And at number 9, I have Earthworm Jim. This game came out for a number of consoles, but the audio at the beginning of the Game Boy game really shines. At number 8, I'm going with Battletoads. The actual song from this is the same as the NES game, but it's amazing how they made it sound so great on the old Game Boy hardware. At number 7, we have Final Fantasy Adventure. If you don't know, this game was actually the original Secret of Mana that was remade eventually for the Super Nintendo, but this game really shines on its own as well. Though fairly short, at number 6, the Gauntlet 2 intro is one of the best action-adventure intros you're gonna find. And from slow and grim, we go to number 5, a very upbeat and peppy song, Kirby's Dream Land. And at number 4, we have Double Dragon. This game was featured on my top NES intros of all time, but they really made it sound great on the Game Boy as well, so I had to put it on this list too. At number 3, going with Kid Icarus. This is actually one of the few games on the Game Boy that has multiple intro songs, and here are both of them. One of the most iconic songs for all Nintendo games got its start on the Game Boy. The Pokemon theme song is here. If you know Game Boy games well, then you'll probably know my number 1. But before we get there, here's a few honorable mentions that didn't make the top 10. And now we come to number 1, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This game does not only have the best opening theme song on the Game Boy, but it's one of the best opening theme songs of any game I've ever played. So that's my list of Game Boy games. I don't know if it was that surprising to have Zelda at the top of the list, but this game was so amazing, especially for the time, and such a great game on top of having such an awesome intro theme. Just a couple quick games I want to touch on from the list: Solomon's Club and Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters. Both of these games are on eBay for 10 bucks a piece right now, and I feel like they're hidden gems that nobody ever talks about. I mean, Kid Icarus has always been fairly popular, but Solomon's Club, the sequel to Solomon's Key on the NES, such a great classic platformer. This game is sure to go up in value as time goes on, so keep an eye out for this one. Mark this down, it's $10 right now in 2017. So if you're watching this video way in the future and you see this, look up on eBay what Solomon's Club is worth, because I feel like it's going to be a lot more than $10. And one last game to touch on is Final Fantasy Adventure. Right now this is about 20 bucks on eBay, and I feel like this game's going to go for a lot more in the future as well. It's one of the first Final Fantasy games that ever came out in America, and for what it's worth, it still holds up today as a really fun game. It's a little bit slow, but it's a lot of fun to play through, and if you have some patience, you really get a lot of enjoyment out of it. And if you're looking to save money, you could always use the ROMs, although I don't condone pirating. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of the top 10 Game Boy title themes. Let me know in the comment section if I missed any, or if they're in a different order that you would have put them in. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.